There's a place you visit every day that nobody else has ever seen. Nobody can follow you there, and you've probably spent years of your actual life inside it, even though it isn't a city, isn't a dream, isn't even real. A few months ago, I was in a cafe when I watched something small happen. An older man came in alone, ordered coffee, sat by the window. The waitress spilled a few drops on his table and apologized right away. He said it's all right, smiled. She walked off. Nothing wrong there. But then he sat staring at the coffee stain for almost a minute, like it had personally insulted him. Eyebrows tight, jaw set, fingers tapping the table. No argument happened, no second spill. Just a man having a conversation nobody else could hear. That's when it hit me. We don't really suffer from the world itself most of the time. We suffer from what our minds build on top of it. There are two worlds, basically. The first one is just reality. The chair under you, the sound in the room, air going into your lungs, someone's actual face in front of you. The second one is made entirely of thought, unfinished arguments that keep running for hours after they ended. Tomorrow's disasters, rehearsed in advance. Yesterday's embarrassing moment, replayed with a better ending this time. A single look from someone turned into an entire story about what they think of you. Here's the part that gets me. Most people spend more time in the second world than the first, and after enough years of that, you stop even noticing you've left. Krishnamurti had this idea that the observer and the observed aren't actually separate. Modern neuroscience says something close to it in different words. When attention drifts into self-referential thinking, remembering, judging, imagining, replaying, the brain's default mode network lights up. It's how we plan, how we understand ourselves, how we make sense of things. But every useful tool has a cost attached somewhere. Picture hiring someone to narrate your entire life out loud. Every conversation, every mistake, every silence between sentences. Sounds fine at first. Eventually, the narrator gets louder than the thing actually happening. You stop seeing people and start seeing your opinions about them. You stop hearing words and start hearing your interpretation of the words. Every moment gets translated into a story before you've actually lived it. And the better the story gets, the further you drift from the one world that's real. So here's a strange question. If thinking is what builds the second world, what happens in the rare moments when thinking just isn't there? Turns out, those moments happen more than people realize. Walking through the woods, and for a few seconds, every bird and leaf and gust of wind just arrives. No commentary running underneath it. Someone calls your name out of nowhere. A glass slips, and your hand catches it before you've decided to move. In that split second, there's no narrator, just plain awareness. You've laughed hard enough that thinking briefly stopped, stared into a fire, watched waves come in, felt rain on your face, listened to a song until the singer disappeared and only the sound was left. Psychologists call something close to this a flow state. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi spent decades on it. Self-conscious thought fades, time stops behaving normally, attention fully absorbs into whatever you're doing. Zen thinkers were describing something similar centuries earlier, the idea that reality only really shows up once the mental chatter settles down. People usually get this next part wrong, though. It's not about forcing your mind empty. Try telling yourself to stop thinking for 10 seconds and watch what happens. Your mind immediately starts thinking about the act of stopping. Chase silence hard enough, and the narrator just gets louder. Thoughts were never actually the problem. Your relationship to them is. Picture sitting by a river. Every thought is a leaf floating past, a memory, a worry, an opinion, an imaginary argument, a regret. You don't have to jump in after each one. You just watch them go. Eventually, the gaps between the leaves start getting wider, and that's where the first world quietly comes back. Judson Brewer and others have found that learning to just observe a thought, instead of getting tangled in it, can actually reduce rumination and emotional distress. The point was never to erase thinking, just to loosen how tightly it holds onto you, something people don't talk about much. This changes how other people experience you, too. Think about the calmest person you know. Probably nothing extraordinary about what they say. Their timing on jokes isn't special. People just feel at ease around them, because while you're talking, they're not quietly rehearsing what they'll say next, not scoring the conversation in their head, not reading your face for a verdict. Their attention is actually on you. Presence might be the rarest social skill left standing. People remember how you made them feel a lot longer than they remember your actual words. Same thing applies to your relationship with yourself. Every time the narrator goes quiet for a second, your nervous system gets a little room to breathe. Things soften. Coffee turns back into warmth instead of a routine task. Walking becomes movement again instead of an errand. Silence stops being uncomfortable. So here's what I'd actually suggest trying. Instead of chasing some zero thoughts ideal, just collect small moments where thinking isn't necessary. Feel sunlight without narrating it. Listen to wind without looking for what it means. Watch steam come off your tea. Notice your own footsteps. Look at someone long enough to actually register that there's a whole person behind their face. 5 seconds here, 10 there. Small returns to the first world. Do it enough, and eventually those moments stop feeling like accidents and start feeling like where you actually live. One thing worth remembering before you go: you don't need to tear down the second world entirely. Dreams start there. Ideas start there. Planning happens there too. Visit it, use it, then come back. Stay light in the second world. Stay awake in the first one. Because every sunrise, every friendship, every real laugh, every person you'll ever actually love only ever exists in the one place. Maybe a good life isn't really built by thinking better. Maybe it's just built by remembering which world you were supposed to be living in. Do it enough, and eventually those moments stop feeling like accidents and start feeling like where you actually live. If any of this landed, it'd help to like this one. It's how these ideas find people who are living almost entirely in their own second world without realizing it. And if you want more of this kind of thing, subscribe to Sci Scholar. There's more where this came from. One thing worth remembering before you go: you don't need to tear down the second world entirely. Dreams start there. Ideas start there. Planning happens there too. Visit it, use it, then come back. Stay light in the second world. Stay awake in the first one. Because every sunrise, every friendship, every real laugh, every person you'll ever actually love only ever exists in the one place. Maybe a good life isn't really built by thinking better. Maybe it's just built by remembering which world you were supposed to be living in.